31st of August 2023, the last day of the month, a memorable month here in Somalia for the strife-torn nation with ups and downs in terms of military gain and losses when it comes to the fight against Al-Shabaab militants. Welcome to our news bulletin. I'm your presenter, Abdurrahman Yusuf. Tonight, we have a couple of stories lined up for you, but first let's take a look at the stories that are making our headlines. Religious leaders in Somalia rally against terrorism, urge national unity. Southwest leader inaugurates major road construction project in Baidoa. President Mahmoud and former Iran governor reach deal to cease tensions in Iran region. Negotiations to admit Somalia into the East Africa community nears completion. Religious leaders in Somalia have reaffirmed their unwavering support for the ongoing campaign against terrorism in the country. During a gathering in Mogadishu hosted by the Ministry of Religious Affairs, the clerics emphasized the need for all Somalis to actively participate in ending the scourge of Al-Shabaab.
Religious leaders have reaffirmed their unwavering support for the ongoing campaign against Al-Shabaab in the country. During a gathering in Mogadishu hosted by the Ministry of Religious, the clerics emphasized the need for all Muslims to actively participate in ending the scourge of Al-Shabaab. The clerics expressed their solidarity with the president's relentless efforts to rid Somalia of Al-Shabaab. Sheikh Bashir, one of the prominent religious leaders, declared that the fight against Al-Shabaab is a national duty that every Muslim must heed. Religious Affairs Minister Mukhtar Robo commended the federal government for its steadfast commitment to combating Al-Shabaab. He affirmed that the government had chosen the right path in waging war against the militant group. He further called upon the religious leaders to play an active role in the fight against Al-Shabaab. In addition to the military operations, the Somali government has actively engaged clerics in combating the ideological war against Al-Shabaab and countering the group's false narratives. This robust approach aims to dismantle the ideologies propagated by the militant and promote a message of peace and unity.
Negotiations to have Somalia into the East Africa Community bloc have reached an advanced stage. If successful, this will pave way for Somalia to become the newest member state of the EAC, almost 11 years after initially applying for the membership. Sources close to the negotiations have revealed that a crucial step has been taken, bringing the discussions to the negotiation stage. Talks aimed at admitting Somalia into the East Africa Community bloc are at an advanced stage. If successful, this move will pave way for the Somalia to become the newest member of the state of the EAC, almost 11 years after initially applying for membership. Sources close to the negotiations have revealed that a crucial step has been taken, bringing the discussions to the negotiation stage. This progress sets the groundwork for recommendations that could see Somalia join the bloc as its 8th member, following in the footsteps of Democratic Republic of Congo (DRC), which formally joined in April 2022. The negotiations, which commenced on Tuesday last week, are scheduled to conclude on 5th September 2023. A high-ranking official of the team, speaking to Dalsan Media, emphasized that the outcome of the negotiations will be documented in a report to be presented to the EAC Council of Ministers. Subsequently, the report will be reviewed by the EAC heads of state during the summit, where the final decision to admit Somalia into the community will be made. Representatives of the EAC Secretariat, the East Africa Legislative Assembly, the East Africa Court of Justice, and their counterparts from the Federal Republic of Somalia are actively engaging in the talks. Rebecca Miano, the Cabinet Secretary for the Arid and Semi-Arid Regions and Regional Development in the East Africa Community, stated that the negotiations are being conducted in accordance with the directive from the 22nd Extraordinary Summit. The discussions are centered around political, legal, institutional, infrastructure and productive social sectors, as well as economic and trade affairs. Somalia first applied for EAC membership in 2012. However, due to the country's internal conflicts and weak institutions, at the time, its application was declined. To assess Somalia's readiness, a verification message was subsequently launched by the EAC on January 25, 2023. To become a member of the EAC, countries must fulfill certain conditions outlined in the 1999 Treaty for Establishment of the East Africa Community. These conditions include respecting the universal principles of good governance, democracy, the rule of law, human rights, and other civil liberties. Somalia shares a border with Kenya to the east and has a strong historical, linguistic, and economic and social cultural ties with all EAC partners. One of the primary requirements for the admission into the EAC is sharing a border with at least one member state. Additionally, a country seeking membership must have a robust democratic institutions. Peter Mathuki, the Secretary General of the EAC, highlighted that Somalia will benefit from the bloc's regional infrastructure projects, including roads, railways, and energy networks. These projects aim to enhance connectivity, improve transportation links, boost regional trade, and support Somalia's economic development and integration. As negotiations draw to a close, all eyes are on the outcome, which could herald a new chapter in Somalia's relationship with the East Africa community. Southwest leader Abdulaziz Hassan Mohammed, popularly known as Laftagaren, officially commenced the first phase of a significant road construction project in Baidoa. The inauguration ceremony witnessed the esteemed presence of Ismail Abdurrahman Sheikh Bashir, the Federal Minister of Public Works, Reconstruction and Housing, and a delegation of members of parliament under his leadership.
Southwest leader Abdulaziz Hassan Mohammed, known as Laftagaren, officially commenced the first phase of a significant road construction project in Baidoa. The inauguration ceremony witnessed the esteemed presence of Ismail Abdurrahman Sheikh Bashir, the Federal Minister of Public Works, Reconstruction and Housing, and delegation of members of parliament under his leadership. The Southwest State, in collaboration with the international donors, has undertaken several road construction initiatives across various parts of the state. The commencement of this road construction project marks a significant step forward in enhancing connectivity, facilitating trade and commerce, and improving the overall quality of life for residents. The road construction projects spearheaded by the Southwest State aim to overcome the challenges posed by inadequate infrastructure which has hindered economic growth and impeded the movement of goods and services. By investing in robust road networks, the administration seeks to create an enabling environment that encourages investment, spurs job creation, and accelerates the pace of development in the region. As the first phase of the road construction project kicks off, the residents of Baidoa and the Southwest State as a whole can look forward to enhanced connectivity, improved access to essential services, and increased opportunities for economic growth.
President Hassan Sheikh Mohamud and former Hiran Governor Ali Osman Jaite have reportedly reached a breakthrough agreement. After several days of intense negotiations facilitated by Ugas Yusuf Ugas Hassan, the influential clan chief of the Hawadle, a deal has been struck to ease political tensions in the Hiran region.
President Hassan Sheikh Mohamud and former Hiran Governor Ali Jaite Osman have reportedly reached a breakthrough agreement. After several days of intense negotiations facilitated by Ugas Yusuf Ugas Hassan, the influential clan chief of Hawadle, a deal has been struck to ease political tensions in the Hiran region. Sources close to Villa Somalia, the presidential palace, have confirmed this momentous news, shedding light on the efforts made to restore political unity in the Hiran capital of Beledweyne. The roots of this political dispute can be traced back to July when Ali Jaite Osman was removed from office, triggering his rebellion. Since then, tensions have remained high, posing a significant challenge to regional stability. However, the recent negotiations have brought a glimmer of hope for a resolution to this prolonged conflict. Insiders, speaking on the condition of anonymity due to the sensitivity of the matter, have revealed that the agreement aims to ease political tensions and pave the way for reconciliation. It represents a crucial step towards fostering unity and stability in the Hiran region, which has been plagued by internal divisions. President Hassan Sheikh Mohamud, who has been overseeing military operations in Dusamareb for the past month, is now planning to relocate his base to the Mahas district in Hiran. According to political analysts, the move underscores the president's unwavering commitment to closely monitor the ongoing first phase liberation operations in the neighboring Hirshabelle and Galmudug regions. The Somali government has been actively engaged in combating the Al-Shabaab militant group, with both national and local forces making significant strides in the fight against the militants. The first phase of the military campaign, on the verge of entering its second phase, has achieved notable success. Building upon this momentum, the operation is expected to expand its scope to encompass the southwest and Jubaland regions. There are indications that these troops from neighboring countries might join forces in the collective effort to combat the menace of Al-Shabaab, with the head of the state preparing to establish his command center in the Mahas district located in the central Hiran region of Somalia. It is anticipated that this strategic move will provide the necessary impetus to tackle the existing challenges, fostering cooperation among different factions.
Lovely viewers, that's all we are prepared for you tonight from our desk in Mogadishu. I wish to thank the Dalsan Media fraternity for making this news bulletin a success, and you, our lovely viewer, for staying put and watching our stories. Have yourselves a lovely night.